What's up guys, I'm back with another video. It's been a while since I've done one, about 3 months ago. So I figured I'd do another one. The temperatures have been cooling down. I went out to work this whole week and the temperature's been +5 in the mornings, where last week it was like +15. So my brain is kind of went into like winter mode again, I guess. So decided to throw up a poll on Instagram this Thursday and just kind of see if anyone was interested in Sled Talk Saturday video. So that is what I'm here to do. I got a couple questions from a couple people, and yeah, we're just gonna answer them, see how you guys like this type of video. Maybe just if you guys have any questions about sledding or what I do or pretty much anything, I'll answer it. It'll be on my Instagram page, C_Masson89. So go follow that if you don't already. And yeah, basically I'll just be throwing up question on there maybe Thursday or Friday, and then post this video Saturday. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. We'll get right into it, since I know talking videos can be kind of boring. So our first question is from my buddy Alexander Hutton. He just wants to know about sled upgrades. So my sled upgrades that I do on my sled, first off, GGB exhaust. So this year I ran my trail can on my turbo and my mountain can on my boost. So yeah, I like running a little bit of a can. Makes the experience of sledding a little bit cooler, I guess. I like the sound, so yeah, love running those exhausts. Other upgrades that I personally do is backwoods bumpers, front, rear. The toe holds on the Polaris is a really good idea because they seem to break a lot. They just introduced big wheel kits as well. I haven't got to try those out yet since they didn't fit on my 146 rails. So if anyone wants to buy a set, I have a yellow powder coated set of 10-inch backwoods wheels for sale, I guess. What else do I got? I just got a new recent sponsor, D-Main Inc. So I will never run a sled without a wrap ever. So that's an awesome upgrade. If you want to even just do a wrap and nothing else, that's probably one of the best ones for looks wise. What else do we got for sled upgrades? Honestly, the sleds nowadays, how they come stock are amazing. So you don't really have to touch them. Maybe suspension. Since I'm getting into more jumping now, suspension might be one that I personally want to look at, and is honestly a great investment. Even just on the trail, you can hit the bumps faster and everything like that. I do love handlebars. CFR handlebars is what I have been running in the years past, so really like those. And a monster finger throttle for myself has been an amazing upgrade that I will never change ever. I can't seem to ride it without it. I was even riding a dirt bike this summer and I was like, I need a finger throttle on this thing. So love those. And yeah, that's kind of basically it for sled upgrades. Pretty basic, pretty chill. I don't really know what else to have. What else? I personally don't do anything else besides maybe, or actually I do tunnel grips too. Tunnel grips really help me stay on when I'm going upside down in my whips and stuff like that. So get those from Rock Speed FX. And yeah, so the next question is from Mark Guitard, which is, pretty sure that's Matt's. Yeah, that's Matt's Rides. So Matt from Matt's Rides, his younger brother, him and Matt share the YouTube channel Matt's Rides, so go check them out. But he said how Ski-Doo is better than Polaris. He does have a point in my situation, because last year my Ski-Doo broke down 0 times, besides the ones that were my fault. The finger throttles like to chew up throttle cables, but that's like not the sled's fault. It broke down 0 times. So, and I don't even want to get into how many times my Polaris broke down in the years prior. So that's how the Ski-Doo won over me, is because it was just so much more reliable, and I could just go out and trust the machine, honestly, and not have to worry about, if I drop into this hole, is my sled gonna break and I'm not gonna be able to get out, kind of thing. So just gave me a lot more confidence, and yeah, everything like that. The next question is from my girlfriend's little sister. She said probably Eden. So I guess shout out to Eden. She was one of the few people that commented on here, so I figured I'd throw her in. The next one is from Connor Crane, and he said, gear, riding locations, how to improve the industry. So gear, I guess, he's probably talking like protection wise, I would say, because everyone kind of runs the same thing, like monosuits, gloves, balaclava, helmet, goggles kind of thing. But I've had really good luck with my 509 ones in the past. I'm excited to try out some new peak outerwear stuff this upcoming season. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but yeah, that's coming. So I'm excited to try those out. Peak outerwear suits have been awesome. I've never gotten wet ever. So along with their gloves are really underrated, I guess you could say. But yeah, I can wear one single pair of the peak outerwear gloves all day long and not have to switch them. So that's crazy, because I've had other gloves in the past that you got to change them out constantly. Maybe climb ones. I don't know. Riding locations. I ride Revelstoke, so I have rode all over BC. I grew up riding from when I was 12. My dad would take me to the mountains, so I've been all over the place. Some other riding locations besides Revelstoke, which ones are my favorite, is Golden, of course, and then this area called Bell Mountain in McBride. That's or McBride in general is another awesome riding area, and Blue River is also another top one for me, not Belmont. And yeah, so that's riding locations from me. I know he's from the States, so maybe he doesn't get up to Canada as much, so maybe that's why he's asking that. How to improve the industry. I'm trying to improve the industry just by doing these videos and just making a lot of sled content. Like, to be honest, I've been kind of waiting for sled content to come out myself because I watch YouTube a lot. So I just want more people to make sled content, and that's how I think we can improve the industry. By if we're constantly talking about it, it's always on people's minds. Like, I know I'm at work constantly thinking about sledding, seems like a lot of the time. So if we can just get it on people's minds and just keep talking about it, always, you can talk about sledding forever if you're really into the sport. So yeah, that's how I plan on improving the industry, is just by making lots of videos and yeah, I don't know, getting people into it. Make videos, get people into it. Good example is the Deegans on YouTube. I watch them a lot for motocross. They bring in so many new people to those races and that sport just off of this app, YouTube. So I think it's a big part and will be a big part in our industry. So looking forward to keep pushing this. And I know there's already a bunch of guys that push the industry through YouTube and stuff like that. So that's a good way to do it. This next one is from Bryce M's. Time and effort devoted to sledding. So there's a lot of time and effort. I would say the big one for me is the editing. Yeah, there's a lot of time that goes into getting your sled ready before the season, but while I'm out there sledding, for myself is the editing. Like, you'll edit all night and try to post it the next day. Sometimes something happens during the day, it doesn't post, whatever. So then you got to come back, figure that video out, and then get editing the next one. So there's so much time. Like, it's not like you go ride and then you just sit in your house or whatever and then just relax. Like, it's a full-time job that I don't get paid enough for just yet to do, but we're working towards that. So we're putting in the time and the effort, and we're grinding right now to hopefully make this thing a full-time job. So yeah, there's a bunch. I could go on with that for a long time. So the next one is Kent Saunders, my good buddy Trace's dad. Ford trucks hauling sleds. I will say I got a new Ford for a work truck, and it has the high output, so 500 and some horse, and they do go pretty good. I will say passing is very easy, and it does tow very well. So, but I do drive a Dodge. when I'm out there, and it hauls my sleds just fine. So any truck really works as long as it's a diesel. I've had a gas in the gas job in years prior, and it did its job, but the trip down to the Proven Progression Clinic with 2 sleds on the back, that was definitely not as enjoyable as my next year after that with my diesel. So Rosie 850, he wants to talk about what your goals and plans are for the upcoming season to make this season better. This year's goals, I would say, is to push this channel to my absolute limits. Like, I'm gonna go as hard as I possibly can to make this YouTube grow and push. So yeah, I actually just finished handing in a form for the Heydays event where you make an edit and they're gonna give away $10,000. So I would say that's a goal to win that, because I know me and Peak Outerwear got a bunch of awesome footage with the 2 weeks that he stayed in Revelstoke, and it was all shot on a big camera. So I think we can make something pretty insane with that. Another goal of mine would be to make merch potentially mid-season or even soon. I would maybe just start with like 1 t-shirt, 1 hat kind of thing and see where that goes. That's a goal for me, is to maybe try to make money off of not just YouTube, but other ways too, to make this a full-time thing. Plans, I would say I want to go and attend the sled show in Edmonton this year. I've missed it the last 2 years because I've been working, but I'm gonna try to convince the boss to let me have that off and go and make an appearance so I can meet a bunch of you guys there and just talk and have a good time, because I think that's really important, is to meet the people that you're trying to make these videos for. So got to do that. And yeah, to make this upcoming season better, I just want to push myself. And honestly, if the snow is really good, I'll be able to push myself and just try to make that next level, get to that next level. Every year it seems like I do improve like a lot more than the year prior. So I think it's just going to keep going if I keep pushing like I have been the last 3 years. Morgan Perfontaine, sorry about butchering your last name, but Morgan, how to get to where you are at today as a rider. I want to push my limits with good riders this season. So how to get to where you're at as a rider. How to get to where you're at is you need a lot of repetition, I would say. You need to be going out sledding a lot. It's not, I feel like you're not going to get the improvement that you're looking for if you're just going out like a weekend in January and then your next trip's in like February or something like that. It's going to take you a long time to make the improvements, which probably isn't what you want to hear, but I'm just kind of telling you how it is. You need to ride your sled, because for me, even just getting back into the groove of things takes me at least 10 days, I would say, if not more. To get back to fully where it was at the end of the season, it's March. That's when I'm like peak riding performance. You got the sled figured out, all the stuff, everything's going well. So you took January and February to perfect everything, and then March is like the send season kind of thing. So yeah, you just gotta stay with it, ride as much as you possibly can if you want to become like he said, push limits and ride with good riders. That is another thing too. So you got to ride with people that are better than you, that push you out of your comfort zone and just keep pushing you, and eventually that'll make you a better rider just in itself, but you need to want it too. So yeah, just keep on going with everything. Ride a lot, I would say. And technique too. I would say technique is definitely one of the best things you can try to do, because you don't want to fall into bad habits. Me being a lighter guy, like really skinny and lanky, throwing around these 500-pound machines, it's all about technique. It's not about how strong you are. It's about technique and power, pretty much, to be honest. The sled with that track rotating can do a lot of things by itself. So if you can just manage it and control it with good technique, you can become a very good rider. So yeah, I think that's kind of my motto, is what I go by, is technique is gonna win over strength any day. So you need to know what you're doing with the sled rather than trying to muscle it around. So yeah, that's kind of what I go by. Corbin Shaw says upcoming plans, insights, sleds, social media, goals, Stoke. Sleds, I guess maybe he wants me to talk about what I'm riding or what I like. Like I said before, I like riding my Ski-Doo 146 Turbo, so I'm going to keep that sled, and I will be selling my Polaris 155 Boost. And yeah, I think I'm going to try the Catalyst. If I find one that somebody backed out of, like, I'll probably pick it up and see. But I'm also going to try to maybe talk to a couple dealerships, like probably Ski-Doo dealership, and see if maybe one of them would work with me on like maybe another Ski-Doo or something like that. Probably like a 154 3-inch, just for those deeper days. They're almost the same sled, but not really. A 146 Turbo is a whole nother animal. So yeah, but I also think a Catalyst 858 154 Alpha 3-inch would be an amazing sled too. So I rode them, and they're just, yeah, they're fun. That's why I kind of want one. And they're new chassis. Everybody kind of wants to see one, so I think it'd be a good idea. I know Muskoka is getting one too, but I think it'd be a good idea to make a bunch of videos on that and kind of push them too. Media, for Corbin's question, our social media. I post every single day on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube during the sledding season. I think it helps a lot with just growing if you want to grow. That's kind of what I have to say about it, is post every day. Other people, maybe they say different, but I feel like I've grown. In the last 3 years, when I started, I only had like 600 followers on Instagram. Now I have about 3,500. So it's going slowly, but I would say it's still growing. So definitely posting every day on Instagram helped me a lot through that. YouTube as well. This year I posted a lot more than last year, and I grew the most I have. Like at the start of last season, I had less than 1,000 followers on YouTube. Now I have 2,000 or 2,300 followers. So got monetized in January, and then I just kept growing after that. So posting on YouTube is definitely helping me. And Stoke, I am plenty stoked for this upcoming season. I'll just tell you that. And I'm getting you guys stoked on the season by doing these videos and talking about this kind of stuff, so that hopefully it builds your guys' stoke too, because I know these chilly mornings are getting me very excited for what's to come. So, Owen Harmander, the journey to getting to where you're at. Yeah, I put in 3 solid seasons of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff, trying to build a platform, and I'm just starting to get recognized for it. So the journey has been long. It's been expensive. It's been very fun, I will say that. And yeah, I've got to meet so many people that I call my friends now, and I ride with them quite frequently out in the mountains, where my first year I would just go up to the cabin and meet whoever. So yeah, I think that's a pretty crazy journey, just going right out of high school straight to the mountains the next winter, and just spending a lot of money that I wish I would have kept, but at the same time I feel like I'll probably make it back in the next coming years. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey for me, to be honest. And the riding journey has been even cooler, to be honest. Watching videos from my first year to videos of me last year doing 100 and some foot jumps is just crazy to think about. So yeah, it's been pretty sweet. Xavier Hibbert, how to find a spot to jump. How to find a spot to jump is, for myself, I find it quite easy, but that is also, I've ridden the area so many times that I just know where to kind of go. So, but First thing I kind of look at when I'm trying to find a jump spot is the landing, because that's pretty much the most important thing. Is like a steep, long landing if you can find it. Sniper landings are fun too, but yeah, I try to find a decently smooth long landing, and then you can kind of build the lip if you're trying to build a jump. Natural jumps, I like to find maybe wind lips and then kind of punch and kind of pack them and then hit them at a decent speed. Make sure your in run is flat and then hit it. Yeah, cliffs are a good option too if you like that kind of stuff. I'm not really into that a whole lot, but I do dabble with it a few times here and there. But yeah, you kind of just got to always be looking. Your mind is your creativities, so you just got to be looking at where you're going and constantly scanning. I'm never riding with my head just straight. I'm always looking off to the side, trying to find stuff, imagining what it would be like if I hit it. But that's just how sick our sport is just you can just ride through an open wherever, and it's just endless stuff. So pretty sweet. Riding spots from Alex. Yeah, so I really like Boulder Mountain. It's honestly, I ride there so much, and I'm actually being serious. So it's pretty insane. But there are also some other mountains around Boulder that are really good as well with less traffic. Just a way shittier trail to go in there. But yeah, I mean, the shitty trail is getting you to a way better spot. So you take here and there, and you just kind of run with it. I don't want to talk too much about riding spots because I know if you want to find riding spots, they're all over. They're in the book at the Revelstoke Snowmobile Club. You just go to the parking lot, head up the mountain, and you'll find something. So yeah, I think Revelstoke has one of the best riding spots there, and I've went down to Montana, Sealy Lake area, and I went to Island Park and West Yellowstone, and honestly, they were all kind of similar. I wouldn't say them down south is like not as big and open. I would say they're a little bit tighter areas, but they're still very similar. I don't know, less alpine for sure, obviously, but yeah. And Mater 800, so Nicholas Mater, the time and money involved to create and share all the media content from an athlete. Yeah, there's a lot of time involved for sure. Like I said earlier, you're in the trailer constantly. Money, I have a video on my page of how much it cost me, so if you want to go over there and watch that one. But it's a lot of money involved to create all this stuff. The sharing part is definitely the hard part of the create like being a content creator. Sometimes you feel definitely overwhelmed and you just want to break, which I've done that a couple times. And you just take a quick break and then you get back at it. But yeah, you got to be pretty driven to be a content creator in the sledding industry because it's such a small time frame that you have to make this content, and you just got to pump it out as fast as you can, which sometimes isn't the best way to do it, but that's kind of how it has to be. I'm sure there's other ways that people are doing it too, but I'm just gonna stick with that way and see how it turns out. Yeah, it's kind of hard because you're trying to perfect your riding at the same time too while you're trying to film this, and you're trying to figure the shots out while you're just trying to ride. Like, I could probably be a way better rider than I am right now if I didn't want to film everything, because you kind of just stop, take your time, and like set it up for the camera angles, and you're always like, you go hit something and you come back and try to see how it looks, and you'll hit something, come back. Where like I feel like if you just hit it a bunch of times in a row, you'd wear yourself out, but at the same time you'd be doing the repetition of doing it over and over, and then that would just become muscle memory. So which it just takes a little bit longer to do that and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good question, because yeah, you're trying to be a professional athlete at the same time you're trying to make these YouTube videos all the time. So it's definitely kind of hard, but I would say it's I like the challenge, and I'm definitely sticking with it. So yeah, good question from Nick. And yeah, I would say that's it for the questions. I kind of just going to keep these videos a little bit shorter so I don't keep rambling on. I know I probably rambled on a bunch in that video, but thanks everybody who asked me questions and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe once I make some t-shirts or something like that, I'll give away a t-shirt to the best question asked on the Sled Talk Saturdays. So yeah, if you have a question from watching this video that you want to ask for next week's video, just I'll be putting up a poll on Thursday or Friday, and yeah, you can shoot it in there. My Instagram is C_Masson89, so go follow me on that so you can keep in the times with what's happening. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next Saturday. Peace out.